Hi, and welcome to Witty and Wise and Conversations with Katie. Today I'm talking about my monthly last Wednesday of the month, August 26th to be exact, 5:30 p.m., monthly Witty and Wise in relationships conversation that all of you are invited to join. If you know me, you know that I am a teacher by trade and I love a great classroom. A classroom is a conversation. It's alive and it's a chance to learn from each other. And so that's what I'm offering. Think of it, if you will, as those master classes where you get all these masterful people together. All of you are naturally creative, resourceful, and whole. All of you with your energy together, we are going to create something amazing. So I'm going to step back here for a minute to my classroom. You notice this fell behind me as I was talking, and just give you an overview of what's going to happen in the wit and wisdom in relationships. This is going to be blurry. I'm working on the camera situation. I'm moving, but bear with me. I don't care that you can't read this. As a teacher, it's like the notes up here that you don't actually need to see. It's for me. So the first thing we're going to cover, wit and wisdom in relationships, right here. It also says and leadership. If you are in leadership, you are in relationship. And if you are in relationship, you are also in leadership. At times, you will be dancing in this conversation and leading the other person. So I whatever you want to call it, if you are here because you think that you'd like to get better at personal relationships, you will. If you'd like to get better at professional relationships, you will. If you want to get wittier and wiser, again, you will. And so the thing that we focus on first is the leader within. And you don't have to take my word for it. Yale's leadership program, Harvard's leadership program, Coactive Training Institute leadership program I'm a part of, all of them are going to start with the leader within. And number one, then it starts with you, your relationships. You need to have a witty and wise relationship with yourself first. You are naturally creative, resourceful, and whole. But how many of us have moments where we doubt ourselves? Or where we feel like an imposter. Maybe I don't have the skill set. I'm not naturally creative enough to do this. Some of us may even be worried about, are we whole? Do we have problems with us that we need to work on? I promise you, you are enough. And so rule number one is honoring the witty and wise relationship that you have with yourself. And we're going to do some fun breakout sessions to allow you to do that. Your purpose and values matter. Who you are here, your superpower matters. The second thing we're going to talk about, you attract energy. That's right, science folks. You already know this. Everything gives off a vibration. A blade of grass, this chair here, everything is full of vibrations. And neuroscience actually allows us to see the power in real time in the brain, how this energy works. Your relationship with your own energy starts here. And what is here is generating out, and what is being pulled back to you is that same energy. So number two is really important. It's all the neuroscience fun stuff that I have picked up in my neuro certification program. So excited for you leaders and in relationships to explore your energy within as a leader and what you're presenting to the world and whether or not that's actually what we see. Number three is one of my favorites. You have infinite possibilities. This is why I loved being a teacher. Explore them within you. I have a phrase up here, what's possible is probable. If you think that what's possible is for you to climb the corporate ladder and get that dream job, it is probably going to happen like that. And the minute that something gets in the way of that becoming probable, if that's the only possibility that you have, there becomes this hard energy within wanting to get the probable, but only believing there's one way that's possible and it's not within reach. In my balance class for Coactive Institute, we had, it's like you're trying to grasp something if it's the only thing that you see that's possible. So looking within yourself, taking a look at what's possible for me. Our brains have patterns. They like to focus on the things we know. And so this is a place where I'll ask you to come over here into a sandbox. Where we will explore in a witty way, which is why the wit is so important, infinite possibilities that we've never even imagined. We'll be having a fun little conversation that will exercise that muscle in a way that won't break your brain. And yes, because the brain does not like it, it will break, it will freeze, and it will fight. Number 4, this might actually be my favorite. Be curious about you. Wit and wisdom in relationships is all about being curious about yourself first. So it's an invitation for you to start exploring what. Get curious with yourself. What do I like about climbing the corporate ladder? What do I like about my plan right now? What about it aligns with my values? And then let's get curious in the sandbox about what if I didn't want to climb the corporate ladder? What would I want to do? We've got a fun game we're going to play with that, with perspectives. And so these are the tenets of my wit and wisdom in relationships. For the event itself, I have some rules. Nobody gets to be right. Nobody gets to be wrong. Everybody gets to be vulnerable. And everything is included. So we will be recording this. I want to touch on the everything's included. Breakout rooms will not be recorded. You'll have some fun getting to play in some intimate groups, and I want to protect that space and keep it safe and confidential. What you say here stays here. At the end of the first 60 minutes, I'll have a Q&A at the end where people will get to ask some coaching questions about areas in their relationship where they're stuck. We will not record those as well. So that will not be included if you're not able to attend live. If you attend live, we ask that you mute the cell phones. If the cell phone goes off, it's a part of it. The energy that's being created here, everything that's supposed to be here is here. But I want you to feel safe to say whatever it is that you need in this conversation. For the conversation that is instruction-based, that will be recorded and will be available to people that want to tune in afterwards and check out some of the things we discussed in the wit and wisdom in relationships. If at any time someone feels uncomfortable with that and something they said, I am happy to say, sorry, you missed out on the boat. Not a problem. I want you to know that you will be seen here, you will be heard here, you will be safe here. What we hear here stays here. What we learn here leaves here. I look forward to seeing you in the Wit and Wisdom in Relationships the last Wednesdays of the month, kicking off on August 26th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The first Wednesday of the month, if you miss out on that, you can catch the Bring Your Own Brain conversation. Very excited. I will be having a panel of entrepreneurs and some pretty incredible business owners talking about what's the new foundation going to look like when the dust settles from Corona in the next 2 years. What foundations do businesses want to build now to prepare themselves for the next pandemic? And we say businesses, but we're looking at it from a leadership lens. So if you're in leadership, we're talking about you and what foundations you're creating and what that's going to look like for the future. You are naturally creative, resourceful, and whole, and you have the opportunity to change the world. I look forward to changing the world with you, one witty and wise conversation at a time.